Come see us on tour in Los Angeles, Honolulu, Dallas, Texas, Baltimore, Atlantic City, Cohoes, New York, and Providence, Rhode Island. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets, and only there. So Steve Bannon took the gloves off with Elon Musk over the H-1B visa program. And I'm going to play some of it for you right here.
It's very hard because this is central. It's not just central to the economics of what they do in Silicon Valley. The hate America crowd, and they hate America. The hate America crowd there. And when I say hate America, they hate the United States of America, the nation state of America, and American citizens. They believe in some sort of techno-feudal situation like
yes, they do.
was in Italy back, I don't know, in the 14th and 15th century. These kind of city-states. What they want is a network. They want a network where they're like a city-state, control the network. And there's a bunch of serfs that work for them. Not American citizens, but serfs, indentured servants. That's what they want, and they're not going to get that. We're going to win this fight. If you think that...
So that's what he's saying. They want a feudal state. They want serfs, not even Americans, that work for them. And... try as they might, they will never turn us into the flourishing and highly successful Chinese middle class. I'll tell you that. Here's what Elon Musk said. The reason I'm in America, along with so many critical people who built SpaceX, Tesla, is because of the H-1B visa program. Take a big step back and F yourself in the face.
Look,
first of all, suggesting that you
big, but it's not that big, Elon.
Yeah, that's right. Suggesting that you take a step back and then F oneself in the face reflects a profound lack of understanding about basic physics. I find very troubling. Obviously, he's never studied yoga, nor surgically removed several ribs. Believe me, I've tried. Anyway, my dog keeps goading me, makes it look easy. But the point is...
like Son of Sam?
So here, he retweeted this. He said, someone please notify Child Protective Services. They need to do a wellness check on this toddler.
Steve knows a lot more stuff than he's letting on, because that feudal state thing, that's a real thing that he knows about.
Yes.
And he went to Epstein's. He has that documentary that never came out with 14 hours of talking to Epstein. So I'm not saying Elon and Epstein. I'm saying all the tech people. If you heard about tech from 2011 through like 2015, go back and look at stuff they were saying. It's insane. He's 100% right.
So here he is he's saying they're going to bring in just 0.1% of foreign-born engineers, which is, well, here's what I'm going to play you. This is about 5 minutes long. I'm going to play it without interruption. Steve Bannon's going to lay it down.
It's very hard because this is central. It's not just central to the economics of what they do in Silicon Valley. The hate America crowd, and they hate America. The hate America crowd there. And when I say hate America, they hate the United States of America, the nation state of America, and American citizens. They believe in some sort of techno-feudal situation like was in Italy back, I don't know, in the 14th and 15th century. These kind of city-states. What they want is a network. They want a network where they're like a city-state, control the network. And there's a bunch of serfs that work for them. Not American citizens, but serfs, indentured servants. That's what they want, and they're not going to get that. We're going to win this fight. If you think that this audience in the MAGA movement, the hoplites, the Grundoons, the fixed bayonet crowd that fought the steal of 2020 and then had President Trump's back in the darkest days of 21 and were with him the entire time, particularly because he was right on the basic issues that were causing the destruction of our beloved republic, are going to now, after a massive come-from-behind victory, overwhelming victory, just sit there and roll over while the country's torn apart by oligarchs. It's not going to happen. And I always give full respect to Elon. Elon was absolutely central. Elon understood that this was about getting out low propensity, low information voters, and that the army of people from the turning points and from War Room and other groups, you guys that were, did the election integrity and then did all the door-to-door canvassing, get the vote, that, you were essential. He did write the check, and that gets him a seat at the table. I've said that from the beginning, although I fundamentally disagree with him on major issues like the Chinese Communist Party, like transhumanism, and like the situation around immigration. But they're going to make it this bold. Let me just restate something. As a fact, the H-1B visa program is a total and complete scam from its top to the bottom. And Elon's put out this tweet that, all his companies have depended upon that. Now, we'll go dig out the information from public documents and just I'd like you to publish, we would like you to publish every engineer that you've brought in on HB1 visa and let us determine, let's just see the information and see if American citizens could not fill those billets. You're going to find we still haven't seen, if all this going on, have they come forward with any examples? One example from David Sachs to Vivek Ramaswamy to Elon Musk to any of them. Have they come up with examples of these Einsteins that the job could not be done by American citizen? American citizens come first. The problem this country in the last 40, 50 years is not just America hasn't come first, it's America last. It's American citizens last. And guess what? You provide the social structure. You provide the underpinnings. You are Burke's little platoons. As I say over and over again, in the Lions Club and the Kiwanis Club and the churches and the Little Leagues and the cops and the teachers and all of it, the PTAs, all of it. That's stability that is underneath American society. And that society is what we generate what we call the right stuff because it comes from grit. It comes from determination. It comes from some, you can't even put your finger on it, but if somebody's got it. Somebody call that jock culture. What Vivek's arguing for is to go to valedictorian. No, bro, we've seen the world. We've seen what happens when we go to valedictorian culture. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not having ruled by nerds. This is not, at the end of the day, about having all the greatest engineers. It's very important. Don't get me wrong. We're at the cutting edge of innovation. We still have more innovation in this country. Why do you think the Chinese Communist Party is over here stealing? The only reason they're even close to being competitive is our capital has financed it, and they've stolen our technology. They didn't develop that. They stole 95% of it, either from phony joint ventures or just from people working there. Why are these great companies not coming to India? Why are these great companies not coming? Because of the social stability and the innovation that comes as a blessing of liberty. Back through every patriot's grave to the revolution. That is the DNA of this country, this nation, a nation with borders, a nation with customs and tradition, a nation with flaws. We're not perfect. The motto that President Trump put out is make America great again. We hearken back to our greatest days. We hearken back to that spirit of innovation and just cussedness and toughness and grit that got us through so much. From number one, that basically through the whole continent was able to build a nation and a civilization out of a vast wilderness. That's what this fight's about. And Elon's here with this latest thing last night, this latest quote where he says, the reason I'm in America, I'm quoting from this. I tell you what, we're going to wait. I'm going to end this segment from Tom Wolfe's book and Kaufman's movie, The Right Stuff. And I strongly recommend you watch that film between now and January 1st. An understated classic of the grit and determination and innovation of America at her finest. No, we're not going to lose this fight, folks. We've faced longer odds before. We are not going to lose this fight. This program's a scam. It's an economic and financial scam, but it's got a dark underpinning. of a hatred, and I'm saying a hatred of American citizens and our beloved republic. You're going to have to climb over our dead bodies to defeat us. We will never, ever, ever give up. Ever. We'll return in a moment to the war room.
We'll see how bird flu turns out.
So when he says it's going to be 0.1% of the engineering talent, that's a lie. And by the way, boy, it sounds there's more real fruit juice in high C than there is. That's the percentage of people who are supposed to survive the completely man-made cataclysm that keeps failing in their hands. It's the depocalypse, really. How do you think we pretended to get to the moon? It took Nazis to do that.
Wow, I was about to say that. Like, we imported 0.1% of the Nazis.
Proud moments in American history.
So the only thing I was wrong with what Bannon said, because I mean he got so much of it dead right.
Yeah,
is he's talking about the true grit and all that. Dude, these are the families that think they built America. These rich families. There's a History Channel. The men who built America, Carnegie. They're the ones who created the crappy school system on purpose to try to then move on to globalism. So all that grit, it was being driven by a bunch of the same assholes. It's just America's too small for them now. Now they're world citizens and soon to be Martian.
Boeing, this is from Bloomberg. Boeing 737 MAX software outsourced to $9 an hour engineers. That's what
1%.
That's one of the top engineering companies in the world. When they can do this, that's what they did.
New Boeing crashes this week too. That's an exciting time to get this news. They went to Niner. It
remains the mystery at the heart of Boeing Company's 737 MAX crisis. How a company renowned for its meticulous design made seemingly basic software mistakes, leading to a pair of deadly crashes. It's a mystery. I don't know, $9 an hour engineers?
You know, my grandfather was an engineer for Boeing and had a family and a house and all that from it, and he didn't even go to college. He was one of the first people to fly planes. And back then, you didn't have to have a degree. And he worked for them for many years and retired. Like, I guess maybe Bannon's talking about that kind of grit or something. That's gone. All that stuff that they talk about, these companies don't care about it at all. The same with comedy, the same with movies, the same with your goddamn pharmaceuticals. They don't care about the quality of the thing itself. They care about pump and dump. Everything's pump and dump.
They're always the same enemies. American workers always have the same enemies. And they are they're monopolies, banks, and corruption. And now the billionaire class. Boeing 737, it's a longtime Boeing engineers say the effort was complicated by a push to outsource work to lower paid contractors.
Well, complicated? Well, what is it, like a hurricane? A push just came in from the east.
Yeah.
The fuck are you talking about? Oh, so, it was complicated by a push from you.
So this
assholes at Boeing.
That's right. This is when companies are run on quarterly profits to please Wall Street and the billionaire class,
who are building bunkers even now.
Okay. So that's Bannon going to war with Elon. And he says that and he says the people in Silicon Valley hate America.
Well, unfortunately,
and they want to have a feudal system where they're serfs. And that's exactly what they want. Look how they think of workers. Look how they think of MAGA. Go F yourself in your face.
Like royalists, like there's a royalist faction of the Anglo-American world power. Not the Jews, the Anglo-American world power that believes they're royalty. And it's all deep state. One faction is the royalist global kind, and the other is the illusion of America was good. But you're never getting out of that two-party kind of dichotomy. You're never escaping that. You're going to get the New World Order no matter what.
Come see us on tour in Los Angeles, Honolulu, Dallas, Texas, Baltimore, Atlantic City, Cohoes, New York, and Providence, Rhode Island. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets, and only there.